Cooking with Dottie. I'm Dottie. Today we're going to make chocolate chip cookies, but with instant pudding. These make them a little bit softer. Now this recipe calls for to make 7 dozen, but I would advise you to make them a little bit bigger so you wouldn't have that many cookies. All right, you have to have a cup of butter whipped, and you need a quarter of a cup of sugar, instant pudding, and 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, 2 eggs, and a cup and a fourth of flour with 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then after you get that all mixed together, you put in the chocolate chip, and then you mix them up, blend it in real good. You don't use a mixer, you have to use a spoon to make it blend in better. And you put them on a cookie sheet, on an ungreased cookie sheet. We'll start with the whipped butter and a quarter of a cup of granulated white sugar and 3/4 of brown sugar, which is very packed in. And you mix that until it's smooth. After you've got it pretty well mixed, you have to put in your instant pudding. That goes in at the same time as the sugar does with the butter. And you whip it again. This time you make sure you get it very well mixed and creamy. It must be creamy, so it'll take a while to become creamy. Then you have to put in a teaspoon of vanilla. All this goes in before you put your eggs in. And you whip it again. Gotta make sure the sugar is all blended in there real good and smooth. Then you put in your 2 eggs, 1 at a time, and whip. The other one in. A basic big mixer, but I prefer the hand mix because I can control it better. Then you put in the flour, 2 1/4 cup of flour. I've got a teaspoon of baking soda, so I'm going to put it in slowly. You don't want to make a dust cloud. Remember, it's easier if all your stuff is at room temperature when you start. You notice how the dough is becoming thicker and thicker. Keep mixing it. Keep adding the flour. Okay, the last bitch. And mix all the flour. Start off slowly because you don't want to make a cloud. I think I'm going to have to go to the hand mixer with the one. Okay. Oh, that is a mess. Okay, let's take this and let's clean part of this off. Well, I could take them off. I like to make sure I get everything off. Waste not, want not. That's my theory. See, I mix it up a little bit by hand. Make sure I got all the flour mixed up. And then I'll add the chocolate chip. I got white and chocolate chips. White chocolate and black chocolate. Okay. They're semi-sweet, so a little at a time. You gotta fold them in. Take your time. Get them all in, all over, because you want equal amount of chocolate chip in your cookies. All right, you can use for this cookie little cookie scooper to put on instead of using a spoon. It's a matter of taste, whatever you want. Remember, you must have your oven preheated at 375, and they cook at 8 to 10 minutes. I'm going to make big ones because they seem to like big fat ones. I don't know why. And they're pretty big. Spread them out, because if they spread out, you want them out. Or you can use a spoon if you don't want to use this. Sometimes this gets clogged up. Remember, you must make sure your chips are all mixed together in the dough. Well, the cookies are done now, but you gotta watch it. You gotta cool at least 5 minutes in the tray. I use parchment underneath so they don't stick. But you can take them out after 5 minutes. If you do any sooner, they sort of crack. But they're very delicious. They're pretty big. If you want them smaller, you can make them smaller. It's all up to whatever size you like. My grandson said he wanted them big, so that's what we did. I prefer them smaller because I'm not supposed to eat that much cookies. And there they are. There's more to be taken off, but there they are. And they're very good. So, see you the next time I make something. Goodbye.